Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking about your narrative writing. I want to start by looking at the rubric. So we're going to start by just looking here at um, the different requirements for the paper. So first of all, exposition. That's the beginning part of your story. So that the setting needs to be, clearly created and defined. That it establishes the point of view of the narrator and the character so that we understand who is in the scene. If by the end of page one, I don't know who's talking, I don't know where we are, I don't know what time period it is, that's problematic for the reader. For the narrative techniques and developments, we should be seeing engaging dialogue, not just silly, stupid dialogue that just is there to fill the requirement. That would obviously not be exceptional. That would be developing maybe. Vivid description. This is where you're going to really be able to set yourself apart by using metaphor and simile and description and detail, putting us in the moment instead of just telling us about the moment. Organization and cohesion. This is making sure that everything falls in sensical order, that we don't have any huge gaps in the story. If you do decide to do a flashback, that we understand why that there is a flashback, and when we come back from the flashback. You build suspense. You don't tell us everything in the very, very beginning, and it slowly takes time to build. Conclusion. This is important because sometimes you guys will just be like, oh, I'm tired of writing. I'm on page 4. I'm going to be done. And it just ends suddenly. So I'm looking for something that's more artful, like cohesive, maybe kind of references back to something earlier, ties it all together, and makes everything make meaningful sense. Mechanics, obviously, punctuation and all that, spelling, things like that should all be making sense. In dialogue, you can use slang, you can use diction, that the way people actually talk, but during the other parts of the story, it should still be written properly. MLA format, remember it should be double-spaced, Times New Roman 12-point font, MLA heading, and the header and page number up at the top. And you need to come up with a title, an original title. Don't just call it short story. That's boring. Okay. So that's the first thing. The next thing I want to talk about is how to do descriptive writing. So ways of using figurative language and that sort of thing. So I have a random piece of a story that a student wrote before. One day I was playing the guitar for some people on the street when a mom and her 2 daughters approached me. They looked thrilled at the sight of me playing the guitar, and they seemed like the people who I could easily make happy and then make a few bucks from too. All right. Already it's kind of blah, right? It's just ordinary writing. So some things that I could do to spice it up. One day I was, instead of just saying playing, strumming my guitar for, instead of some people, maybe I say for the roaming crowd by the beach. When a mom and her 2 teenage daughters approached me. They looked thrilled at the sight of me playing the guitar. Well, what does that look like? What does it look like to look thrilled? Instead, describe that. Their eyes lit upon my guitar and smiles spread over their weary faces as the song began to take shape. Okay. I could still leave this. They seemed like people who I could easily make happy and make a few bucks from too. Okay. The mother introduced herself saying, "Hi, I'm Janet. We were sitting across the street on the bench and loved your playing. We were just wondering if you could play any kids' music for us. My daughters would love it." Okay, maybe these aren't teenage daughters. Maybe these are grade school to elementary aged daughters, maybe. My daughters would love it. Okay, first of all, this sounds really, really stilted. What person comes up and says, "Hi, I'm Janet"? That seems odd. So instead, maybe the mother looked like she had something to say. Her eyes darted from the girls to my face. I raised my eyebrow to ask if she had a question. Stumbling, she said, "We were sitting across the street on a bench and left her playing." Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So things like that. And then, you could also use similes and metaphors. Like, she looked like a terrified deer or something like that. So when you are going through your second draft, after you've written your first draft, you're going through your second draft and you're trying to find ways to improve it and get it to the exceptional requirements on the rubric, consider those things. Consider describing more, slowing it down, giving us some, emotion in the writing, that sort of stuff. Okay? I can't wait to read your papers. See you later. Bye.